Here we will see system stored procedure in SQL Server. SQL Server system stored procedures are predefined procedures that are included in the SQL Server database management system. These procedures are stored in the master database and are used for performing various administrative tasks such as configuring server settings, managing database objects, and monitoring server performance. System stored procedures are designed to be executed by system administrator or database developer with appropriate permissions. They are also useful for automation tasks as they can be executed automatically using SQL Server agent or other scheduling tools. The system stored procedures created when SQL Server is installed and they are integral part to the administration of the SQL Server. The purpose of the system stored procedure is to shield the administrator for having to query or edit the system and database catalog tables directly. For instance, to add a login in Enterprise Manager or SQL Server, right-click Login, select New Login from the pop-up window and fill the appropriate information. But if you want to add 200 logins, then you can write a script that calls the system stored procedure sp add login and provides the appropriate values for the new logins. Special characteristics of system stored procedures are they are stored in the master database. Their name is prefixed with sp underscore. The owner of the procedure is the DBO, that is database owner. They are global in scope, that is they can be executed from any database and will run in context of that database. SQL Server database allows various system stored procedures. First is SP database. This stored procedure lists down the databases that resides in the instance of the SQL Server. It also returns the size of the database in kilobytes present on the SQL Server. To execute, use execute SP database. It will display database name, database size and remarks. Next is SP space used. This stored procedure returns the total number of rows, disk space reserved and the disk space in KB used by a table or view in the current database if the table or view name is specified. Otherwise, it would return the disk space reserved and the space used by the database in MB. To execute, use execute SP space used. It will give the information database name, database size and unallocated space. Next is SP tables. This stored procedure returns the list of the tables and views that could be queried in the current environment. It will return the complete list of its executed without parameters or fetch the list of matching if the input parameters are provided. Execute SP tables will return the table qualifier, table owner, table name, table type, remark, etc. Next is SP help. This stored procedure lists the information of database objects, that is table, view, procedures, triggers, user defined data types or a data type. Here execute SP help will give this information. Next is SP help DB. This stored procedure displays the information of the specified database or the entire database. Unlike the procedure SP databases, this procedure reports additional information of the database in addition to the size like owner, DB ID, created date, status and compatibility level. Another difference is that this procedure reports the size in MB while the other one reports in KB. Next is SP help text. This stored procedure is most frequently used by the developers and this displays the definition of the procedure, function, triggers and views. This also displays the definition of the system stored procedures. Here the system procedure being itself.